there were certain things I could or couldn't say or do. And so, you do wrong, well, look at what happens. Even now, I mean, they should let Puffy out now. I mean, to have him guilty of that, not that, but this, still shows a W in certain areas of this whole thing, because he could still get 3 years, 10 years. You just don't know. I feel like time served is enough. But who knows? It could be a curveball, and now he's doing 10 flat. And then Trump would have to pardon him. So it's a celebration. I see everybody saying it's a celebration, but at the same time, how? When he's not out yet, and then the last 2 counts are still super bogus. If this was a domestic violence case, it'd be a problem, because that's what this was.
Right.
But federal and exposing all of the private things that people do in their own homes with people, for the girls, which much love to all of them. For them to be able to go home at night, come back, say, I want a job. Like, that's not what that was. That's not what he's accused of. It was bad, but it's not that. And so it's scary, because what's next? I know what's next.
What's next?
But when the wave comes, it's coming. The waves are coming, and it's scary. I'm literally, just trying to make sure that what we do is on a positive note. Like, we don't want no problems, but everybody got to stand up for something, or you'll fall for anything. Like that picture right there. Like, what? Did he do that in the courtroom? Like, go down on his knees and bend down all under the table like that? Like, I'm confused on what that is right there, because I'm like,
That's what that is. That's why it's so artwork. That's why it's so stupid that we don't have cameras in the courtroom. We got to rely on these stupid chalk drawings to understand things. That we've reached a point in I think our cultural development where people want transparency and access, and that's why I was interested in your take, because you said, look, there are parts of the culture that Diddy participated in, that he may represent, that you don't like and you think needs to change. Do you think the fact that he walked on the serious charges will make it more likely that that culture of abusing young artists may continue?
I just think that we need mentorship. I think everything continues. It gets worse until, we create mentorship programs for all of the youth, whether you're in the entertainment or not, to try to control yourself. As you rise to the top, how do you control yourself when you're making money, when you're able to help people, but instead you hurt people? Like, where are the courses for these kind of things?
Now, I'm glad we're here, because I want to stop here and let you guys know right away that Ray J isn't all crazy. And now the Kardashians want to sue him because Ray J got checked. Ray J got checked by Diddy's sons when he was talking crazy, knowing he didn't see any of this stuff. And now he seems to be changed tune, and now he's defending Diddy all the time. But wait, things get worse. As they always do, right? Things get worse. And he makes an indication that the Kardashian family could be facing a RICO case worse than Sean Diddy Combs. So let's drop the intro. Hi, I'm Carcino. Oh, let's talk about it. Let's talk about it.
No one knows Carcino and none of these.
There's so much going on in the world, and I'm just giving my 2 cents on it. Go in and do a raid at someone's house, but you don't have an arrest warrant for them. Ray J, Brandy's little brother, comes out and says all of these things, right? That was shocking to the rest of the world. Brandy's little brother? What is he, tripping? What's going on with Brandy's little brother? What Ray J was saying has really turned everybody upside down. And don't forget to hit the like button too. I know y'all just got here and everything, but please hit the like button. It's important. Because he kind of singled out Kim Kardashian. I mean, completely singled her out. Without a doubt. And the Kardashians saying that they could be facing a possible RICO. Now, we're going to go into that and why he feel that is. Because when you start talking Kardashian, that's when things start getting a little, weird or different in the equation. Now, granted, there are a lot of people that believe differently than me. And I get it. That's cool. You could believe different. It's no problem. It's hard to take Ray J seriously. Well, here's the thing. Ray J knows certain things that the general public just don't know yet. Because he was in those circles. And he knows the circles that I'm talking about. And how Kim Kardashian and Kris Kardashian rose to success. And if they're coming after Diddy for what he did, what the Kardashians done, he knows. So that's what he's saying. So he's not all the way crazy by saying that. And there's reasons behind it.
Winter is right around the corner and enjoy.
Now, you'll understand it a lot now.
Becoming a circus act for stuff that doesn't make any sense for what Diddy's being charged for. I mean, there's a lot of bad things happening, and we all agree with that. But a RICO, racketeering, sex trafficking, like I've been with Diddy a long time. And if I haven't seen any of these kind of heinous acts happening, then where was I when it was happening? If you told me that the Kardashians was being charged for racketeering, I might believe it. But Diddy, sex trafficking, and all these other extra things, like, it's, to me, knowing him, knowing the situation, being around with most of the people that's testifying, I just feel like there's somebody at the top who's making a statement, who's making a point. I'm sure Diddy got the point. Free Diddy, he got the point. He's chilling now.
That's not how it works,
I mean, man, I know, I get it, but I'm just keeping it real. Like, it's not okay to throw something extra on a man when the charges could have been something totally different.
Now, on the live stream is where it went worse. He was on a live stream and
feel healthier and
that
more
one went left. That's the one he said on the air. He kind of alluded to it, but didn't really go into full detail. But things got worse as he kept going down the rabbit hole. Yeah, so that's what I'm saying.
on KK and Kris. Ooh. This federal RICO though on KK and Kris. Ooh. The federal RICO I'm about to drop on Kris and Kim is about to be crazy. I'm talking about, I'm on the news every day like, yeah. Meaning like I'm gonna say a lot of shit.
Got a little bounce, you know, you walk
If anybody know Kim and cool with Kim, they need to tell her now. The rain is coming. The feds is coming.
Hey, right.
The feds is coming. It's nothing I can do about it. It's worse than Diddy. It's worse than Diddy.
Y'all hear this, boy?
It's worse than Diddy. The feds are coming to investigate. Yeah, because it's like, I can't be the dirty guy no more.
So now, you might be saying to yourself, how? Why? Why has this become a thing? How did this become a thing? And why is this so important? Why is it so important? Well, let me tell you how they got there. They got there in a lot of different ways. He's saying he's willing to cooperate in an investigation into the Kardashians' RICO with what he called trafficking, where he will bring up the Tiger and Kylie situation, how she was underage, but the mother gave her consent. So that might reign different, and how they arranged over, like Ray J was basically trafficked, going from one place to another place to engage in sexual acts. This is a RICO. All of that would fit in the lines of what the Diddy case was, because she orchestrated it. She was paid for it. Like, there was money recouped from a video company, which they tried to say it was a leak. But what Ray J said, it was a deal done under the table where it was arranged by Kris Kardashian. Now, he's already exposed that this happened in the past, that he's not keeping it secret anymore because he's upset. They made a global empire off of this sex tape, where it just ruined Ray J, just made him just look like trash. Listen, what rings the alarm is that Alex Spiro got involved. Alex Spiro is the lawyer for Roc Nation and Jay-Z. Now he's defending Kim Kardashian and making a statement that they're going to legally sue. He's also representing the Kardashians, and he represents Roc Nation. Now, Kim Kardashian has no relationship with Roc Nation, supposedly. Nothing on paper. But yes, they were paid through Vivid, but they staged it as if it was a leak. The feds investigate that situation, and if it's going to turn into a RICO, they're all going down. Mainly Kris Kardashian, because she would be the one who basically alleged in the situation would have allegedly prostituted her daughter for profit and exploited Ray J, treated him as a sex worker, and across state lines. So Ray J isn't all crazy, okay? And believe me, the Kardashians are aware, because if they weren't, you know how many people say crazy stuff about the Kardashians all the time? I mean, the craziest stuff about them. and they don't sue. They don't threaten to sue because there's not going to be a lawsuit to come. They're not going to sue Ray J. This was to tell him to shut up. That's why it's all over TMZ. It's all over everything. They want to exploit their power in the situation, but they can't shut Ray J up. Absolutely. Look at Ray J and look at the situation, right? Ray J and Kim, they're trying to make him look like a guy who's obsessed because he hasn't gotten over his breakup with Kim Kardashian. And he still wants Kim. Ray J needs to be very, very careful, especially when he's talking about RICOs and investigations and things of that nature. He should be very careful and tread very lightly because he knows if they open up the Whitney Houston investigation, what that would do for him. So if I'm Ray J, I would want to remain quiet. Now, I told everybody on here what actually happened that night. And now, for the first time this year, they started putting out a documentary. People are now saying what I'm saying. And I did that video years ago. Right? Now, this industry is a dark place, but have you noticed they have never came out in full force like this on anyone who have said the craziest things about them? Ray J started talking about a RICO case against the Kardashians, and Ray J is like, how did I defame you? I don't even understand it. How do you feel you were defamed? Remember, they never addressed Ray J saying that Kris was paid for the tape. They had to sign it. Remember, he did all of that. They didn't threaten to sue Ray J then. They put all of this in the paper to make it look as such. Remember, Jada Pinkett was on the Breakfast Club. Then she comes out and starts talking to TMZ. She looks right in the camera and says, "We are suing." Right? And a lawsuit never came. She never sued. Will and Jada never sued the former best friend that he knew pretty much everything about them. If Martha Stewart can go to jail, so can Kingpin Kris Jenner. Well, here's what Kris Jenner situation was. That was very weird. Is that she deliberately targeted rappers and professional athletes, Black professional athletes, wanting to get her daughters to these people. That was a plan for them to have a career and to be successful. Her daughter was 15 years old and was hanging around artists, and they would throw parties at their house, arranged by Kris. She was the manager of them. The daughters didn't even have a career yet. 15 years of age. And she got them hanging out with all of these adult rappers and professional athletes at their house, trying to hook her daughters up with these professional athletes so that they would get notoriety, they can get marketing deals, they can get, it was all orchestrated. They would throw the parties at the house. So Tiger ended up getting stuck in the situation. But remember, Drake was there too. Champagne Sloppy. He was the main guy always around. Sweet 16 birthday parties. And he had been knowing her for years. So if anybody want to look deep into what they're doing, their actions, their transactions, the things that they've been doing as a unit, as a family, look no further. You see, the problem is they want to go back and change their past, and they can't. And in the world of celebrity, they make everything seem so normal. Right? And because it's so normal, it's all good. So Tiger can be there with Kylie and Kendall, get them notarized, get them publicity. Now comes sponsorships. Now comes all these deals. Many of y'all don't even understand that the Kardashians were flat broke. And the bank just kept giving them more loans to cover up the other loans. more cosmetic surgery. Corey was moved in, who used to work with Tyler Perry and those guys. Corey was over there to basically run everything in the house. And when Kanye West saw what was happening with him, it was already too late. Kim's immediate success was off of Kanye West. They played him. Everybody knew he was being played. But once the babies started coming, there was nothing he could do. Kris Kardashian almost had Kanye successfully committed. If he's committed, you know what happens to Kanye West? Everything that Kanye West owns would go to an estate. And because Kim is his wife, she signs off on control on who gets to visit him. She controls all of his businesses and his relationships. Everything goes to her. And Kris wanted her to do that. Sign the paperwork, and they would have Kanye West committed. Nobody knows this, really, but myself and a few others. This is why Kanye had to get out of there. He moved out of California and he moved to Wyoming for his protection and got out of California because all the doctors and everybody there are all in on it. He had a nervous breakdown and they put him on psych meds. And the psych meds was making him go crazy. And then the guy he had to keep him in shape, who worked with people like Halle Berry and a lot of other artists like Will Smith had worked with him. This guy who's from Canada, who's not even really licensed to handle these type of drugs that only a doctor really is supposed to be having their hands on, was Kanye's personal trainer to get him in shape for photo shoots and everything else. And he's trying to get Kanye, to lose weight. And during this process, when Kanye told him about the medicine and everything, and he didn't want to work with him no more, and the guy told him, he was like, you keep playing with me, I'll write a letter to have you committed. I could write a letter to have you committed and give them a prescription for you where playtime is going to be real different between you and your kids. He actually threatened Kanye West with that he could have him committed and give him medication where he's basically just lobotomized in front of his kids. He can't do anything. He can barely move. So all of this happened, okay, in reality. This is no suspicion. It's like just imagination. No, this is real. You see, the only thing that really saved Kanye West was the fact that Kim Kardashian truly loved him because that was the father of her kids. She did not want to go through another divorce. She did not want to divorce Kanye West. Her mother was pressuring for him to divorce him. Like, he's ruined his career. He's ruining you. He's going to pull you down. He made her. And he's like, I'm not going to pull you down. I know what I'm doing, but your mother is in the way. And like Kanye said, your mother didn't manage to get you any of these deals. I got you these deals. Nobody took Kris seriously. All she had you do was this TV show on this, doing this crap. And I told you, you're bigger than this. You could do more. You smart. You can do this and you could do that. I'm the one that believed in you. I'm the one that brought you through the door. I'm the one that got you the fashion deals. I'm the one to do that. They were just exploiting you to wear other people's stuff, to do this so you wouldn't have had any of this. There wouldn't be no skims. Kanye West created skims. not Kim Kardashian. He was a part owner of Skims. They had to buy Kanye out so that they could do the deal with the NBA. A lot of people don't even know that. So when Ray J is talking about the Kardashians, it's a lot more murkier waters than you know. There is a main reason why people over there start going insane. All the men are destroyed, even the white ones. The fashion guy that was with his first wife, he went insane. All of them did. They all get insane and want to get away from the Kardashians. But when Ray J brings this up, all of a sudden, here comes everybody. Is there a reason that Kendall Jenner has dated about damn near a whole basketball starting team, like, and the bench? She just dated about 10 basketball players. And she just keeps resurfacing, circling through the whole basketball teams. Friends, both. Mm-hmm. We don't do that kind of crap over here. Thank you, sir. Appreciate it. Corey is a babysitter, not a husband. I mean, whenever a dude who was a man like Bruce for years, and I mean for years, was a man. Till he got on TV, he was with the Kardashians. Next thing you know, he feels like he's one of the Kardashians. He don't even feel like he's Bruce no more. And he's got sons and daughters. But yet, he wants to cut his wang off. Yeah. So when people start recognizing and realizing what the real scope of the problem is, which is the Kardashians, and when Kanye escaped and what they were trying to do to him, then you will see, it was. Not as much as what we saw. what we saw on a regular basis was all of these people who were, I would say, enamored by it was never really Kim. It was always Kris. And that became the main problem between the two. He's like, this is my wife. You know, like I shouldn't have to talk to you dealing with my wife. So if there's a major investigation into everything, this is it. But Kanye put himself in this situation. Nobody wanted anything to do with her on that level, on that scale. He the one kept trying to force her into the narratives. So remember, the cease and desist that was put out by Kanye West and all of this scenarios against Kim, his own wife, was based on the mother. But he threatened to do it, but he never did. What they use is social media. They use you. They use the people. They want to confuse you enough, just enough, to be able to pull off what they want to pull off as the biggest distraction of all time. They want to have you so mesmerized by what's going on that you're not seeing the moves. You don't notice it because you don't get to see it. So your brain is all out of whack. Are you kidding me? Kim Kardashian was so broke when she broke up with Reggie Bush. Reggie Bush used to pay for her car to get serviced and everything. That was coming out to like $300 some and everything. And they were billing him for the car still when they was broken up. So he called her and left her a message on her phone. Was like, y'all been using the same guy and they've been billing me for it. Look, stop having your guys, you're going to have to pay for your own stuff. So they make way more than Reggie Bush now. But when he was in the NFL, they rode off the fame. But it didn't really do too much for them in the NFL world. But Kanye was able to cross them over, putting her next to Jay-Z and Beyonce when Jay and Beyonce wanted nothing to do with him. Now, that's why he was like, now Jay-Z and them willing to work with her and do all these things with her off the books, behind the scenes. See, that's why Alex Spiro is representing the family. He represents Roc Nation. He represents them. Now, on the books, they're not connected to Roc Nation. But realistically, they are connected. And they do business. Why do you think Kanye got mad when Meek Mill and Kim Kardashian was meeting, talking about her representing freeing people, prisoners, and all that stuff? And he was like, look, I got a relationship with Trump. So my wife ended up getting a relationship with Trump to go in there and free prisoners and things of that nature. Now you got Meek Mill trying to come in and spend time, and he's like, he's sleeping with my wife. Yeah, all this reform And it's like, why are you at a hotel with Meek Mills? So he was freaking out about that. Beyonce didn't want her brand to be attached to whatever Kim Kardashian's doing. So in Hollywood, they let them know. That's why they don't get in photos with you. They don't let these people get in photos with the elite. That's not how they move. So if you don't move in that nature where, okay, this person is making a play. Oh, this person is now making a play. Oh, we got to keep moving around. Thank you, Tracy. Don't forget to hit the like button. The Cash App is Carsino. You want to donate to the Cash App and keep the support coming. Super Chat work. We appreciate it. Now, oh, yes, my Patreon, we will reveal a lot more than what we're doing right now. There's a lot of things I left out because my Patreons, you know, they deserve that. There's only a certain degree of how high somebody can go before they start trying to pick you apart and take you down. Yeah, well, the second guessing of the nature is all in question. So it doesn't make any sense why anybody else would have anything to say about it. I don't get it. I don't know why it would be anyone else's concern. But I guess that's Hollywood, right? They have some of the darkest secrets in the game. They have been exposed to a lot. And if Kim is looked at or Kris is looked at as a madam, then you will see what time it is. Remember, we exposed them on the Patreon. I don't know if we ever did it on YouTube. There's a ton of dark secrets. You just never knew. Now, when you get to these levels of play, her whole life has been pretty much a fraud. The whole story that was told about how they met was a complete lie. OJ told the whole truth. He never met her at a club with Rob. He's like, I never met Nicole. He's like, I never met, I was already with Nicole. And I never met Kris. Because remember the rumor that OJ slept with her and all of that? Most of that was created by their team for attention with OJ and the whole thing. But that had nothing to do. That had nothing to do with them. 100% had nothing to do with them. She used to sleep around and mess with a lot of different people. And OJ brought, she was messing with a whole nother guy. When Bruce met her, she was a stewardess, and the Kardashian guy was like, oh, I met this stewardess. I think I'm going to marry her. He met her on the plane on a flight. That's how Kardashian met her. This girl used to be a rock girl. Used to sleep with rock stars and everything else. She's dating another rock star. Then she covered up the fact that while they were split up, like she kept splitting up with her husband. After they had their 2 children, she went out and had an affair, and then Khloe was born. Khloe looks nothing like them. She had to go get surgery to make herself try to look like them. She is not a Kardashian. She has no Armenian blood in her system whatsoever. Khloe knows who her real father is, and it is not a Kardashian. They got so many dark secrets, man, I'll tell you. He just raised her as his daughter. Yeah, Alex Rodin. That's her real father. Exactly. She took a picture with her dad. That's her real father, Alex Rodin. He's got her old nose. He's got everything. That's her father. Now, her biological father. So if they want to cover up all these things and live in the lie and call themselves the Kardashians, Kendall are Jenners. And they're looked at as Kardashians. So that lets you know that there's a lot more on the table than you know. And it's like, man, why they got us living in this lie? Because it's all about deception. Now, the oldest Kardashian daughter, she don't like black men, like dating them. She don't like to date black men. And she dated a black man, but she thought of him as white because he was like a white guy, big guy, whatever, when she first started breaking up. But she normally, her mom kept trying to push her on black men, and she's like, no, I don't want a black man, I want a white man. And she didn't want to have all of the surgeries that all the rest of the Kardashians was getting. They're all Valley girls. But she didn't want to date black men. and didn't know why the mom was pushing Kim onto black men. Because black men were showing Kim more attention because of her assets. And she was like, ew, that's so ridiculous. You're pushing them off on black men? Ugh. Well, that's disgusting, Mom. No, she used to tell her mother, Courtney. Used to tell her mother that was disgusting. Knowing that most Armenians have a mixture of African-American blood in their system. That's why they have the color that they have. Now, this whole thing is bigger than what anybody could ever imagine, right? You've seen these things explode, implode, whatever you want to call it, right? And when she was with Scott, all of these things were the same, right? Same rollout. Do I have a picture of Chloe when she was younger before she got her nose job? Yeah, I do. Put it side to side with her dad. There you go. That's her with her old nose. She had her dad's nose. She had that big Frankenberry head. I got a picture of him when he was younger, when he conceived her. Hold on, I could find that for you. And we'll go back to her old nose. Just give me a sec. I think I could have that for you. Hold on. I'm going to let you see something. Mm-hmm. Same lips, same nose, same eyes. OJ was not her father. OJ never slept with Kris at all. Kris was not his type. He didn't think Kris was anything. There they go. That's him when he was younger. They like twins. So the whole time, Alex Rodon, her dad, they know this. Kris knows that's who the father is. But yet they play this game with y'all. But what happened? They started spinning the story. Who do you think started the story? We strongly believe that story came from their team to take the attention away from Alex Rodon when everybody figured out that was the father. They wanted to switch it to OJ, which was ridiculous. Switch the attention to OJ, which sounds ridiculous. It's completely ridiculous. So then it becomes, she's going to take a DNA test with OJ. Take one with Alex Rodon. Yeah, do that. Mm-hmm. Now, she doesn't look like the guy next to her. Are you on crack? Are you telling me she don't look like him? Are you crazy? Kris Kardashian was a known slut. Right. OJ said, I was with models. Okay. He's like, you seen Nicole, you seen Kris. Okay. That was, they are light years apart in what they look like. Like Kris, I'm not trying to put the woman down, but she don't do anything fun. Which is true. Kris Kardashian was trying to use that to put herself up there as if she was this bombshell. She wasn't. Somebody like Rob Kardashian would think Kris was this great catch because she took him to the Mile High Club. Somebody like him, yeah, that was a come up for him. And they've taken his last name. And it's totally went crazy with his last name. What about the other Kardashian family members on Rob's side of the family? They bankrupt Black China, getting mad at her because basically she was doing what they were doing. She got a baby by their son. Now they're in a position like, oh, no, she can't get with the brand. She's not going to be a sister-in-law. They didn't want Black China in there. No, what happened to Rob Kardashian's family? That's what they need to ask. Do I think he's going to be on a roster spot this year? No. Should he be on a roster spot? Yes. Do I feel he's going to be on one? No. Feel like the league don't want him in there. It's not about his ability, because if it was his ability, then he would be on the team. This guy can get you 16 points, play defense, energize your team, and is an exceptional teammate. So, yeah, she filled out. It's easy to fill out on an operating table. Mm-hmm. It's like that's what happens. Oh, what Kylie used to look like to now? They look like two different people. She doesn't even look or resemble anything of herself or what she used to look like. She was someone who didn't see herself as beautiful. And now she saw all her sisters getting the attention. And she changed her entire look. She doesn't even look like herself. But see, what they don't realize is all that surgery is going to catch up to you. She really filled out. What kind of parent allowed a child to have surgeries like this at very young ages? No, she looked like a Keebler elf. And then she looked like she can be in Lord of the Rings with them damn ears and everything sticking out. So yeah, when you said she filled out, yeah, she really filled out all right. They filled her up. She got that unleaded gasoline right in the backside. Is this mid-grade? No, we're putting premium. Got lip fillers, everything to try to cheek implants, Botox, eyebrows done, and arch. All of these surgeries are going to have a bad effect on them in the future. And from the realm of randomness, we gonna see. Thanks, King Jeffrey. Appreciate the super chat. I mean, there's so many lies and secrets. So when Ray J is making his point, when Ray J is making his point, it's they wanted that matchup back when Kerry Woods was there, and they had Mark Pryor and Kerry Woods. They were supposed to play the Yankees in the World Series, and y'all ended up playing the Florida Marlins, who smoked you. The Yankees choke so much, it's just, I don't even know anybody root for them. Steinbrenner need to come back. You lost a 3-0 lead. Lead. Never before done in the history of sports. To be up 3-0 and lose 4 straight to Boston. Somebody should have got fired. That's never happened in any sport. It's never happened. And it happened to the Yankees. That disqualified all of them right there. Yes, says the guy who won a championship in 2016. When was the last time the Yankees won? I can't even remember. But anyway, what Ray J's saying is not far off point. So if he knows something, believe me, it's probably some other things he know. So I'm gonna let y'all know the other details on my Patreon so y'all can get caught up. How many of y'all here are on the Patreon actually? Because if you're on the Patreon, then you should already know what time it is. I don't know. I might go live for a Sunday night football game on my Patreon. Yeah. Yep, May in 2023, I told y'all about it. Live on my Patreon. It's already been published. What they mean? I'm previewing it. It's already here. The truth about the Kardashian success. That's on the Patreon right now. All you got to do is type it in, Mac UVIP. So you already know what's up. So I'll probably see y'all tonight when I get on there. But yeah, I'm going to do this and let y'all know what the real is. So that's how we know a lot of this, of what we're saying, is not far off. Because when Ray J came out and started talking about that, I know he's talking about that. Yeah, I know. But all right, man, I'm going to see y'all later. Thank y'all for hopefully y'all hit the like button over here. And I hope to see y'all on the Patreon. I'm out.